like just becoming an adult and growing, do you really see how generational divide happens? And it's by design.
Because it was like a tough room, some other more experienced had to like throw their weight around and like jump the line to try and like save the room.
It.
They couldn't save it.
Look around the set. I got an N64 and DVDs, like, and books.
Yeah.
I don't fit in with the new age. Like,
because I've been going to back room now. I'm pretty much a regular.
You're a backroom goon.
Hey, yo, that sounds.
Sounds, doesn't it? And this week's poll question was, who do you spend more time with? But are we that naive to think that hasn't, like, the same negative energy behind movies in Hollywood and a lot of stuff hasn't shifted to these platforms?
What is the window in this analogy?
Social media?
There you go.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like social media is human. It's not. You're making it sound like the person.
No,
wait.
Hey yo, it's Black Zeus, the podcast season 5. Welcome to the show where we talk about life, talk about the come up, and sometimes we fight. But in the end, it ain't a thing, cause we ain't trying to be right. We're just old new niggas with another podcast.
It's season 5, episode 39. I'm rushing through this podcast, but I still feel fine. I don't give a what you think. I'm on that drink, and motherfucker, welcome to the show. Your pussy stink, nigga. Your pussy stink, nigga.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
What's going on, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5, episode 39. I hope you feel fine. I hope you had a good week, and I hope the next week is even better than the last. This is going to be a little bit of a quicker show. If you can't tell already by the cadence of my voice, we're going to go by a little bit quicker on this episode, and it's not because of cocaine, ladies and gentlemen. It's just because I'm running late. Got 2 shows tonight out of town, and you know how I do. Yep. Gotta leave soon. So, don't expect an hour and a half this week, but we will give you a good episode. We're here for you. You know what I'm saying? And you're here for us. You, the beautiful people. Thank you. We are at 699 beautiful people subscribed to the channel as of this recording. Thank you so much. Who's going to be number 700? It could be you. If it is, love you. Comment down below if you are the number 700. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm getting directions from off screen on how to be a good podcast host. You heard it from me before. You'll hear it again. I don't like social media, but I like you. So we're figuring this out together because 13 years into comedy and nobody knows me and I perform mostly in basements. Trying to fix that. That's mostly Canadian comedy. So don't let anybody fool you. Oh, you're doing great. I saw you on TV. Nigga, they're in the basement with me, so. Canadian comedy is a trap. Salutes to the people making it out. Nitish Sakuja crushing it right now in LA. Dude just landed. Gotta send love and respect to the homie. Send him his flowers. It's gonna be fun to watch him go even further. And that's capable for us. So thank you. Because of people like you. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, though, none of what I just said applies to you. You're ugly, all right? Stop watching and freeloading, bro. You know how hard this thing is. And you hear me say how much I hate it. But I'm still here, damn it. It's still real to me, damn it. That's for the 3 wrestling fans that watch us. Yeah, we're going to just brush through a bunch of stuff. Get on to the normal things, but before we get there, let me bring in the number 1 producer in the game, the guy who's here for me week in, week out, helps me run this thing, and talks me down from metaphorical ledges all the time. I'm over this social media, man. I'm not doing it anymore. I can't. The algorithm. I just want to be a comedian. Dante's in the studio.
Open the door. Open the door.
Oh, I do know that one. That's gross.
Open the door.
Stop. You're off the show.
Open the door.
You're off the show. Chicken burger. All right.
I don't know that one.
You don't know that one?
No.
That's because you're a nice person.
Open the door.
This is the worst episode of the season right here. I'm calling it right now. How you living, bro?
Blessed and highly favored, my G.
Hey, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. It's been pretty busy.
What'd you get up to in comedy?
I did 3 sets this week.
My first ever three set week and 1 show missed week.
Yeah, I lost count how many shows I've been. No, I haven't. I know exactly how many.
Oh my, as my friend Dante would say, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
What shows did you do?
I did Backroom.
All right.
I did Canvas Art Bar.
Okay.
And then I did CFTA.
So we know about the other 2. Haven't heard you talk about Canvas yet. Have we talked about Canvas?
I don't think we have.
No. How was I was just with we were just with Jam Easy yesterday.
Yeah.
I forgot you were there.
Yeah.
I pulled up, I'm like, all right, I'm here. Who's here? He's like, Dante's there. I'm like, Dante? We're just driven out together.
Yeah, but then I would have to drive to Hamilton. Hamilton's not on
Okay,
the way.
I guess, okay. Because when you make that split,
Yeah.
you go Toronto one way and then Hamilton,
Exactly. So I would have
Niagara.
to
and all.
drive off the path and then...
So how much time did you really shave off, though?
Well, it takes me 30, 40 minutes to get here.
If anything, we could have recorded yesterday, maybe. This episode sucks.
I don't know. What was I doing yesterday?
Yeah, this episode sucks.
Because
I apologize.
I was
ladies and
supposed to record with Jared Nathan yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then they canceled that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Someone got sick.
Bad to the bone. All right. Shout out to Jared, man. So yeah, how was Canvas Art Bar?
Man, this week it was rough. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know, if you're going out to Mike's on Wednesdays,
Uh-huh.
you got to start showing up to the corner. It's time you get ingratiated.
I know. I was thinking because I've been going to Backroom now. You know, like I'm pretty much a regular.
You're a backroom goon.
Backroom. Hey, yo, that sounds.
That sounds, doesn't it?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky.
No. It would be a problem if it was called Backdoor Comedy Club.
Yes, it would.
I ain't performing there because they on the back door inside the game. Yeah. Yo, Corey's the man. Shout outs to Corey Holcomb. This is just the episode of shout outs, bro. Let's see how many I can get in on this episode. Can you keep a track?
2 shout outs so far.
I shouted out Corey Holcomb, Jared Nathan,
3 shout outs and Natish.
and Natish. There was another one too, no?
No.
All right, whatever.
Anyways, I mean, shout out Jam Easy. I mean, if you want.
Shout outs, Jamie.
4 shout outs. But so Canvas Art Bar, it was kind of rough.
Yeah.
First of all, a bunch of comedians showed up, like 20.
Damn, that's way more than usual.
Yeah.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay.
But the way they have it set up is
Hair in my
before
mouth.
the open mic, there's
Yeah.
a trivia night. So then after the trivia night's done, they try to say, hey, if you want to stay, there's open mic comedy.
The old okey doke.
Yeah.
The old trivia comedy okey doke.
Yeah, the old bait and switch.
The old trivia brought out a whole room of people and there they all go.
Yeah, you know, it was a pain. Like at least like I would say the room had 20 to 30 trivia night people.
Yeah.
After the first comic goes up, 10 of them walk out. He walked 10 people.
Oh my.
And I'm up like 7th on the list.
That's my least favorite thing about friggin' mics, bro.
Yeah.
You're always next and then the guy before you or girl
Walks
before you
people.
walks the
Yeah.
whole room.
And you know,
Or like the 3 people.
and you know what's funny? There was other comedians, but then because it was like a tough room, some other more experienced had to like throw their weight around and like jump the line to try and like save the
save
room.
it.
They couldn't save it.
People started trickling out by that point.
Yeah, like because they're like, oh, like because I saw the list, like I was there early, and
Yeah.
then some of the pros show up, and then they're like, okay, well, you know, these are all like newer people. Let's try and get a pro in, so like people are actually enjoying themselves.
Mm-hmm.
People just weren't. Like they didn't. I don't feel like they could tell the difference between like the pro and the amateurs.
How many people were audience by the time you went up?
I think I probably had like 12 to 15.
Okay, yo, that's
Yeah,
on a Wednesday in Mississauga. Oh my god!
But 8 of those people, like half of them,
Yeah,
was one corporate group of people
Hmm.
with the boss there.
that's still. I mean, it's still audience.
Yeah,
but they were
but-
there for trivia.
They were there for trivia.
Damn.
and they're corporate, and then
It's
everyone's
trivia
like,
corporate night.
no, but then everyone's like, what do you do? And they're like, we can't talk about it. They couldn't say what their job
Nobody
was.
gets a raise, but everybody gets to show up on a Wednesday to do trivia.
I don't know, but I feel like they had some like corporate job, like they're like CIA,
Hell yeah.
NSA type.
It's Hawaiian shirt day. We're all doing trivia. Can we get a raise, boss? I said you get a shirt.
Yeah. But they did, the whole group, like they're the majority, like they had a big group.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to laugh unless, you know,
The boss was laughing?
basically.
Oh my, what?
Yeah. And it was so weird. Cause
What?
like the jokes that I have been doing, the ones that I were smashing like other places,
That's abysmal to me.
bro, they just weren't hitting. It was just rough. Everyone had a rough night.
Nothing makes me happier than seeing people you know do well bomb.
Yeah.
You know, myself included.
Dog, Jam Easy was struggling. Like he was like doing his
No,
jokes.
bro, me and you both had that moment where we looked at each other and just started laughing.
Yeah.
I forget. He said something and it says crickets.
Just crickets.
That's the worst cricket sound effect ever,
That was a
bro.
rooster. But yeah,
Oh.
so then yeah, I did my stuff, did my jokes, you know, worked on some new stuff that I wanted to do, and then
Okay.
worked on some like stage presence stuff, like just like fundamental stuff.
Okay.
And then I dipped out. And then
And then I dipped out.
after I left,
Spoken like a true comic.
after I left,
Yeah.
I saw like a couple that was there. They
Yeah.
had like left after like me or like the next person.
Okay.
And then I was talking to them and they're like, man, like we tried to stay through the whole thing, but it was just too painful.
Oof.
Yeah.
And they were also there for trivia?
Everyone was only there for trivia night. No one showed up for the open mic.
Damn.
One lady laughed and then covered her mouth.
You know, that's a quick way to ruin the trivia night.
Yeah.
If people show up for trivia and then they feel like they're getting wedged into a comedy show.
They could have left.
I guess, yeah.
They chose
That
to stay.
probably-
But then they left during the show.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, so that was Wednesday. Tuesday, backroom went decent, and then CFTA. One audience
man.
member, then they dipped before the show even started.
Yeah, bro. It's starting to get hard for me to justify. Like, it makes more sense for me to sit and edit or
Oh, for sure.
work on something. Which sucks because I have a bunch of new stuff that I want to work on. I'm at the corner tomorrow too. Like, it's a full weekend. In London yesterday with the boss. Shout out to boss.
5 shout outs.
Write that down. Timestamp.
Do I have to list all the people or just the number?
You can timestamp it. I'll find them. I'll find.
I just have 5 shout outs.
It's just gonna be today. This episode's recap is just gonna be shout outs to boss, shout outs to Tish, shout outs Jam Easy, shout outs. Fuck.
Gorioko.
Damn. Yeah. Well, damn. I forget what I was gonna ask. It's not that important. Would you say? Did you try anything new this week?
I did.
When did you write that joke?
So the joke, I had actually thought of this joke a long time ago.
Oh, I could tell this is gonna be a long story.
No. I thought of it a long
Nigga hit me with the Star Wars crawl intro.
long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I
wrote
thought of a
this
joke.
Yeah.
No, but I had thought of it because
Yeah.
it's like it's going off my life and things that I obviously think of like regularly. So I was talking to a comic last week. I'm like, I'm gonna try this joke that I've been thinking about for a while, and I'd like just hold myself accountable. So that I'm trying to next week at CFTA. And then there's another joke that I want to try.
Yeah.
But I just know it's not gonna work at CFTA because it's more like you need like an urban crowd.
You don't need any crowd, bro. You can make anything work
Nah,
anywhere.
but they get
I've called old white people nigga to the face.
yeah, but that's
and-
different because old white people don't know who Pop Smoke is.
Yo, but again, it's comedy, so I don't. Me personally, I don't like saying that there's no audience for this.
I just know it would work better in a crowd that
Okay,
knows
that-
who Pop Smoke is. If no one knows who Pop Smoke is, they're not gonna understand the joke I'm trying to make.
That's fair, but there's always a way.
Do you even know who Pop Smoke is?
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, he just released a song yesterday.
You know he's dead, right?
Thanks, dumbass. Oh my god, bro.
You know it's funny.
I hate that you really
No,
sat there
no,
for a
no,
second
no,
and
because
thought that
no.
better be acting.
No,
if it
'cause-
was, I give you the award right now. Douchebag of the year.
No, my dad actually did that. My dad's like, yo, I found this new guy. He's sick. He's called Pop. So he already died a year ago.
Oh no! Just broke his whole world that night.
Yeah.
That must suck because I'm sure that does happen from time to time. Someone discovers an artist and they're like,
I just discovered Michael Jackson.
oh my goodness, that's where you went. But fair enough. There's a big catalog there.
Yeah. But anyways, that's why I do want to. I have a joke that when I get in front of some niggas that know who Pop Smoke is, I'm gonna try it.
I always take that thing as a challenge though. Like, how can I make that work in a room full of not niggas?
I guess.
There's a will, there's a way, bro. You're talking about words, so it's just a matter of finding the right words, the right amount of concise words, because it's comedy, right? So you're not trying to be up there doing a whole soliloquy on
the
who
one
Pop Smoke
joke
is.
this week versus the other one.
Fair enough.
Because, like I said, I know also it's an
You called
open
an audible.
Yes. Shot Kala.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess I got a bunch of shows I did. Most recently, I guess we were just with Abbas Wahab, sold out his show in London, Ontario yesterday. So congrats on that. Dude just continues to climb and climb. So another one that's just fun to watch. And then also is like, okay, dude, am I really not about social media? Like, I'm just watching my homies like click up steadily. I still,
Say it. Put it on the airways.
Oh no, we don't have that much time, bro. Like we're trying to get out of here early this week.
2 hours.
You want me to say 2 hours later, and it's literally everything I've said on every episode this season. Oh my god! And another thing, I hate social media, and the algorithm is trash. Meanwhile, like I'm in awe, I'm in awe. I'm not bitter. I'm not upset. I'm like proud.
Yeah.
And then I'm also looking at that, being like, okay. Like, do like not his thing, but that model, which most comics are doing now.
And
find a thing that works online, build an audience, and then you're selling out shows.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm doing it backwards, and I'm going in and killing on shows that aren't mine, and then none of that audience is mine, and then friggin' retain none of it.
Yeah. Well, I know you got one audience member.
You making me sound crazy. So no, shout outs to that lovely audience member.
Yes.
I'm glad they had a great time. Lost my train of thought there. I hope so.
I hope, bro.
No, but see, like, I really was sitting there yesterday, and it's moments like that, especially when it's people I'm close with. Because it's even less of a, like, it's like a big brother thing. I'm super like amped when I see them succeed like this.
Yes.
And then it's just another thing of showing me like, hey, the social media thing, like I know you don't like it, but look, you want a comedy audience, don't you? Well, look, this nigga did this thing on socials, but here's these people here to watch him perform stand-up.
Yeah.
And but
Ronnie, you're just looking at the clock.
Oh, bro. I don't have the time.
Hey, comedy is all about concise words.
You know what I love? I love the idea. Yo, maybe this is the thing. Maybe we figure out how to do our own version of like a social media Chappelle show where we do release sketches. This is already being done. See, and then it goes back to you're doing it for the algorithm. Let's do it so we release a video every day.
Yeah, but it's not for the algorithm. What you're really doing it is for the comedy audience.
All right. I mean, that was the best chip away at that. Yo, you just chipped. That was the first time the wall's been chipped at for a while. I can't even rebut that. Because, yeah, man, if it is about the audience, then why haven't I released that Diddy sketch that I already put out on another platform?
Yeah.
But I just was stubborn and I didn't put it out on IG because I'm like, F you, bruh.
Yeah. Have you?
I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. I know.
No.
But I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I believe in my belief. That sounds corny.
Yeah.
But it's the best. I believe in myself. And I can't go against myself. But that doesn't rule out not going down the route. That's why you constantly see me having this battle.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm not against it, dead, like steadfast, but I haven't figured out how I plug in yet. And we're
working at it.
we're working at it.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, though, I still like, yo, you see what, like, let's take a boss, for example, bro. Like, he does the car videos.
Yeah.
Like, that's very in line with what an algorithm will spit out to people.
Yeah, but
he loves cars and all that stuff.
But
I'm not saying he's doing it for that. Sorry, I keep cutting you.
But it wasn't always the car videos.
Yes, he moved with the, like, he moved along.
Yeah, so he did one thing,
Built up an audience off that.
did the job interview ones.
Yes.
Got big off that. Then he did the marketing team ones. I don't know if you remember those ones.
That's kind of an offshoot of what these are. These are those, but just specifically for
it's
car.
a new iteration.
Car marketing.
Do you remember did you watch The Incredibles? Where
Yeah, I
like
did.
Mr. Incredible, he's like going through the files and then he sees like each iteration of like the Doom bot that they made. That's like a boss's like his skit videos, like it's like job
Enhance.
interview, and then it
Enhance.
goes into the car, and then all of a sudden now it's car videos. So he's a car
But that'll
guy.
branch off to something.
Eventually, it'll change.
Because he's very good about that too. Like, he's very good about not keeping it stale for himself,
Yes.
you know? And like, I don't know. I don't know.
No.
But the show yesterday was amazing.
Yeah.
I tried some of my newer stuff. I went back to I got something exciting. I haven't even told you yet. I will be doing a night at the corner. I will be doing a recording
Ooh.
in November.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm
This guy's going full on bird revelations.
so what I'm
Can you bring a joint in there?
now what I'm actually thinking of doing. I've had the idea. I've told you this already. The album that's been done and is waiting to go out on YouTube and
Redux.
stuff. I'm gonna do a redux. I'm gonna title it something to do with burn.
Okay.
Burn it all, burn it down,
Burn the boats, but funny.
like it's I'm burning that material and I'm releasing it like immediately. I'm sending it to Ben. Like I still have to find my engineer, which I think I have already, but yeah, I put that on wax. So that's happening.
Yes.
So and now I'm getting excited again because I still have the original cut of the album, which I'm very proud of. Just I've been really thinking about, okay, how do I don't necessarily want to present the audio of that and release that, but the video of it I love. So let me redo the audio and just audio. Maybe we'll film it and get we'll do the show stuff out of it. But I want to package that first special physically and do a limited run and essentially as merch or whatever, sell them at shows. But it'll be a cut. I'll have multiple cuts of the album.
Yes.
And I'm already thinking about packaging and all that stuff. I've been thinking about since it was taped 2 years ago. I've been thinking about a limited physical release, and that idea has always got me excited. You see how loser I am? I'm such a
I want to put out DVDs.
I'm a loser, bro. It's not gonna be DVDs. It's not gonna be DVDs. It's gonna be a physical version of the thing. But there will be a digital copy of it.
Yes.
I'm not putting out DVD. I might do cassettes or something as a vintage thing. But
You just put out VHS tape.
actually, no, Dobsky, bro. Dobsky put out his album on.
I know.
People are buying it's all vintage stuff, bro.
know,
Look around the set. I got an N64 and DVDs, and books.
Yeah.
I don't fit in with the new age. It's just, maybe let's put 8 friggin' screens and monitors all around me, the cat videos and friggin' K-pop and just. But again,
When in November are you doing this?
end of November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, end of November. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I get excited about the artistry side of things. So what I need to do is implant in my subconscious. I need to reignite the artist flame of creating content and sketch writing and sketch filming and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And try and separate it in my mind from the social media thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because It'll be hard though when I try and freaking release it and I have to release it through social media.
Yeah, but I think that's easier because at least for like you just there's a term like you just put it on the hook, right? So like I read this book called The Practice, right? And basically say you make the bread and then whatever is left you put on the hook for if people don't have enough money they can come take it. But you just put it up there. If people take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. So you do it for the artist's sake. Like I enjoy creating it.
Yeah.
You just put it up. You don't even think about it.
My thing is though, I love creating it.
Yeah.
I love
That's my
sharing
point.
it.
You love creating it. So once it's done, put it on the hook.
I feel like that just misses so much. When you say put it on the hook, you literally dismiss the entire process of what the hook is.
What?
Put it on the hook. So what is the hook, metaphorically speaking?
The hook is put it online.
Put it online. So we're back to square one. We're back to putting it on social media.
Yeah, but
The hook.
yeah, but my point
The
is
hook is what I don't have interest in.
I know.
So I have more interest in just creating.
So create it and then what? Keep it in the libraries?
I mean, I've been doing that.
Then keep doing that and see how that works out.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, yeah, I'm lost, bro. Like it's. I'm not even lost. I'm so not lost that I am lost. It's like, I know what I want too much, but it clashes too much with what is.
Okay.
And even though like it's weird, I have this weird acceptance of what is, but again, I would feel like I'm completely betraying myself by just putting it on the hook, blindly, because that's not what I want to do.
Yeah, but you want to create.
Exactly. So then I continue to create and I
Yeah.
get that out. Do you
Yeah.
not understand what being an artist is? It's about getting that out. It's not even necessarily about, like, when I say I'm a loser about being an artist, this is what I mean. I
Yeah.
care more. I love the creating process.
Yes.
Like, an audience is a bystander, which is crazy because I'm a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's actually the best bystander. Like, I care more about the connection that I make with the people in the club.
Yes.
That to me matters the most. That's why we're putting the effort in the show.
Yes.
Let's try and put a spotlight on that in the whatever, in the realm of social media and all that. I still don't necessarily think that will work because seeing what works and again, what is being pushed, like there's a reason why most people are doing this. Why most people are doing the goofy random BS.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clear reason. It's because we say that's what works, but like, again, it's so dismissive. Putting it on the hook is so dismissive. You're literally like cutting out the part of it that is the least human of all of it. You know? To me, at least.
Yeah, but I think when I mean put it on the hook, right? Once again, I could be using this analogy wrong because it's been a while since I've read the book,
Fair enough.
right? But you enjoyed the creating, just like the baker enjoys making the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Once the bread is done, you just put it up. But you got to enjoy making the bread, which is the whole point.
Yeah.
So then,
But what if you just enjoy making bread? What if you enjoy the old way of making bread? Where you make bread and then you make a shop and then people come to your shop because they like bread.
okay.
But now,
But where do you put the bread? In the shop? Or do they just stay in the back?
in the shop, in the window, or whatever.
What is the window in this analogy?
social media?
There you go.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like social media is human. It's not. You're making it sound like the person.
this is
You're making it sound like the bread maker making the bread, putting it in his shop that he opened,
Yes.
and so it's already established. This is, I'm a bread maker. People love bread. Da 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 da. Like this is already a thing in society.
You're a baker.
Correct.
Yes.
he's doing that himself. He's creating a human connection with the people that walk into his shop. There is no human connection with someone scrolling on my thing, laughing for 2 seconds. You could tell me there is.
Yes. But
I'm not convinced.
If the bread is not in the window and no one even knows it's a bread shop, why are they gonna go through this door to buy bread?
No, but you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm an old-time bread maker.
Yes.
I would rather have a bread shop in the streets where the people can walk into as opposed to an online bread shop.
Okay.
An online bread shop removes the part of the releasing aspect of creating art that I love, which is interacting with people, having real tangible human connections. I don't feel anything human when someone DMs me.
Okay.
I don't feel anything human off that. I appreciate the compliment, but look at and you've seen it. You see what happens after shows,
I know.
especially after you have a good
Yes.
I feel none of that
I understand.
online. So there's no incentive for me. I'm still this is the part that I think people forget, and this is why I constantly have a battle, because I'm still a comedian doing what comedians do. I'm in the clubs. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not going to build an audience that way in this day and age unless I go the computer route. And I'm not a dinosaur to the point where I F the computer route, but I'm human enough to where I'm like, okay, this is clear. Like the computer is telling me to go a certain route. Doesn't anybody click into that? Like, hasn't anybody seen like to bring up an old thing? I've watched my friends get into comedy for one thing, and because that's not going to work, or at least it didn't work because, I don't know, maybe not enough effort put into trying to figure that out or whatever. But you see me going crazy trying to figure it out, right? Like I'm very open with the process. The podcast is essentially a weekly therapeutic release. But
It's a pressure release.
But like you
valve.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incentive to work against what I am naturally. It's incentive to work unnaturally. And I have no interest in that.
Okay.
But there is still a shop for me. It's called a comedy club.
Yes.
But the comedy club exists in the modern day and age. So even that is being phased out like magazines. Like, will the comedy clubs even be relevant in 10 years from now or 20 years from now? Like, if comedy is moving at such a quick pace, and people's attention spans are
Well, to your point, I think that it still will be relevant because, like you said, how you don't get that human experience on the phone. When you go to a comedy club, it's a different experience. So people would go to the comedy club for that experience.
but yo, we're dying. We're dying out.
Who?
Gen Z and beyond have no care for that. They're the most plugged in. Like, what happens when we are like 60? You know what I mean? And if alhamdulillah, bro, you know what I mean?
Well, then the people that are 60 still go to clubs. I see old niggas in the club all the time. G.
I'm just saying, like, I think what's really been interesting to me as just becoming an adult and growing is you really see how generational divide happens, and it's like by design. I don't think naturally we grow up to resent the generation prior to us or whatever.
Yes.
But I think each generation experiences so much trauma, and every generation goes through their own iteration of trauma and technological advancement all at once. You know what I mean? That it warps you to such an extent. And then by the time 10 years have passed and that new breed is coming up and music has changed just slightly enough for you to be like, we're getting further and further away from natural, And that's where I think people subconsciously are being like, yo, this isn't even music. You don't even know music. Back in my day, music was like this. Well, back in your day, you were closer to natural sounds. You were closer to authentic drums. Not even everything is digitized now. It's the drum machine with the pattern of the 808. Do people not understand? It's like we all openly say we get it, but then we still continue to participate in the things that make us sick. And that's what I don't want to. That's like, that's the part that I'm like, yo, don't you all are complaining that you're sick. But you yourself are participating in the sickness, and then I'm in turn becoming crazy. It's always the ones that look crazy that are the least crazy, because the ones that are crazy are the mass. because they've all convinced themselves that they're not crazy. It's like some they live shit. I'm watching social media tell me that, hey, this is the way for, especially you're a comedian, bro. Don't you want an audience? And then you see your friends around you. And that's why I'm so grateful that I've worked on my mentality, my spirit, my nature. I'm in alignment with that. I don't look at my friends, especially, I'm still proud of my friends that are succeeding in social media. I'm still proud of anybody going down that, like, if you're succeeding, you're succeeding. Now, whether you're doing shady stuff or not, that's, I don't know, and that's whatever. But I know in my heart of hearts I can find success continuing to challenge this notion. I just haven't found that yet.
Yeah.
Once I do, I'll breathe like, you guys don't need to hear this now. It'll be 10 years of just hearing the other side of the conversation now. But like, does that make my stance make more sense? Maybe.
Like, I understand, right? I understand where you're coming from because, like I said, I think me and you are more similar on this sort of thought process than different.
What I'm envious of is that, maybe envy is not the right word, but you seem to be better at letting go of.
Yeah, because I went to therapy, and then the therapist is like, "Have you ever tried letting go?" I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. I never even tried that before.
I guess.
I'm being dead serious. There was a time, like, I had almost every single t-shirt that I had growing up, and I was holding on to it. Shirts that I wasn't even wearing no more.
Yeah,
but then all that clutter starts to clutter up everything. You don't even have space for new t-shirts.
But is that a good comparison to creating art?
Well, if you're holding on to too much stuff.
The thing is that I don't. I still release. I release clips. I'm active. I'm still active on social media.
I'm not just talking about art, but I mean holding on to things. Like you said, I'm better at letting go because I let shit go. Not just art, but I let it go. People do stuff.
This is really the only place in my life where I feel like this.
But I'm just saying, letting go, whatever. I don't know what exactly it is that needs to be let go. But that's what's
you've let go. You're like you said, we're similar in this. When I say you've let go, what I'm talking about is your dislike of social media. That to me, if all of a sudden I start releasing every day just because, I just let go, I would be betraying myself, and I'm not into that business. And I don't feel like that is holding on to something.
Sorry, say that again. If
I were to just start doing it day to day, okay, F it. You know what? I am holding on to something. I don't know what. So let me just release. Let me hit the algorithm every day, 2 times a day, whatever. That is literally going against my belief. So what am I letting go of? Like you know what I mean? It's a belief system that I have. At a certain point, I think that should be respected and held on to, or else I have nothing.
Yeah.
If I don't respect my own beliefs, then what do I respect of myself? You know? I feel, don't let him bully your son. That's straight up what social media feels like with art.
Yes.
And this is, I guarantee, how artists back in the day felt when money started getting pumped into all the avenues of art, when it really started going commercial. I mean, I'm sure it was, like I said, from the jump, but like every generation has a different version of it because they keep pushing the goalpost. You know what I mean? Like me growing up, I looked at people going through the TV route. You know, hearing Patrice talk about going through the TV industry and all that stuff and hearing how scummy that is.
Yeah.
Why would I not like, so we've moved away from TV and movies being the big thing, and now it's like social media and all this stuff, like digital platforms and all these things. But are we that naive to think that hasn't, like, the same negative energy behind movies and Hollywood and all that stuff hasn't shifted to these platforms? Are we not forgetting that the platform is created by Tencent, by Meta, by companies who literally are socially engineering these platforms to create people to be depressed, to look at others and think less of their own life? Meanwhile, not even though, how is it that most people online know everybody's online profile is a faker version of their life? It is a hyper glamorized version of what they actually, yet they still will look at someone's account and feel bad about their life.
Well, they haven't really done the work, which is why they're able to do it.
Thank you. So why would I want to contribute to that? That's my dilemma. I love creating. I like making sketches. But if the only avenues to put that out right now are the places that are making people sick, whether or not they want to say that.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
What would be your version of opening up your own bread store that's not Instagram or TikTok?
So, if we could create services that, like, I don't even know if this is possible. I don't know, because at this point we're giving everything up to an algorithm, to a robot.
But I'm saying off that. So like, say like, would it be making your own website? Would it be only uploading things to Patreon where there is no algorithm and it's only people that follow you? Like, what would that be?
So now you're starting
Would
to
that
get,
be opening up a storefront where people can
well,
buy
listen,
your old
because now you're
VHS
starting
tapes?
to, now you're starting to get more to the core of my dilemma.
Mhm.
Because like these are the only avenues, and I feel like any version, had I existed in any decade and been a comic and tried to work through, I would be dealing with this exact same thing, because what I don't align with is corporate. What I don't align with is algorithm. What I don't align with is like suits.
Mhm.
I still think though that there would, like, again, we're not in the States, so this is also another thing that I've realized. Going to the States really truly opened my eyes. I could be existing comfortably the way I want to in a big enough market like America
Yeah.
without having to really worry about that, and still build an audience online through organic shows, grassroots.
So
In
you're-
Canada, I'm
so-
being forced almost in a way, because
so the solution
Yeah.
would be to move where your bread shop is. Move it to a spot with more foot traffic.
move it to a spot where there's an actual market for bread shops, comedy.
Yes.
There is no economy for comedy in Canada outside, and coming back from Texas again, this has been like this friggin' crescendoing energy, because I really saw a path. I saw multiple branches of pathways where I didn't have to feed the algorithm,
Yeah.
and I could still be a comic and feel like I'm still reaching people and still growing an audience. But I'm back here in Canada. I don't have my visa. I'm working towards it, but I'm not going to just sit here and be stagnant. Like and as much as I sit here and friggin', like complain this and that or whatever, like I love the challenge. This is what I'm here to do. I figured out the artistry side of it. Now let me figure out how I can blend me within my nature into the business side of it. And I'm very happy with the things that we're doing. And even though I'm saying what I'm saying constantly, I still keep that in check with what we're doing. And our thing isn't proven. Like the show isn't proven out yet. But there is an audience for just straight up like passionate comedy. So that's the audience that I want to build, And I think I can do that. I think we can do that while just continuing to film how we film and finding ways to present that and package that in a way that's still authentic to us, but almost like giving the algorithm what it wants in a sense. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, we didn't really create this with you in mind, but like this part of what we did create does work with whatever you were trying to spit out to people and have them turn into brain mush. Anyways, this took way longer than I wanted it to. We're gonna skip Are They Top 10 this week.
Okay.
We just rounded it out, and I'm still trying to figure out ways to bring. I think I have a way.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Just say it.
No, we put out a poll. Whoever does best in the poll, we debate that person for who wants to be in top 10.
Well, I was gonna say, like every week we released a list, and then we released a new nominee, and we just like it's a straight up poll. Who does this person take out? And we pick like 5 names out of the list.
Well, I was saying we put up 4 names. Whoever gets the highest, like out of the people that choose
Yeah.
the 4, then me and you discuss, does this person beat out anybody in the 10?
I don't want it to fall back to me and you choose though,
Okay,
because
all
we picked the 10, and that's
Okay.
why I'm thinking maybe okay. So we've done our top 10 list is our top 10 list.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna put that aside anyways.
Okay. And
Right?
see if they're in the top.
Now
10 for
we're
other
gonna
people.
take exactly. So
Okay.
now we're gonna take that list to the public,
Yeah.
and each week bring a new name. We'll discuss, watch some clips,
Yes.
and then take the question to the people.
Okay. Got it.
Does the new nominee bump out any of these 4 or 5 names? I don't think you can put an infinite poll, right? So
No.
like we'll pick.
A couple people.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
All right. So poll results because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're gonna do poll results real quick,
Okay.
and then
We'll skip UFC as well.
yeah, let's do poll results and get out of here.
Yep. Do you want to do the intro?
I guess, yeah. I was just looking at the screen. I'm like, damn, we really have to go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is another regular segment we do here called Poll Results. Every Monday on my Instagram social media feed and on the community tab on YouTube, we post an interactive poll question and we leave it up for you guys to vote. Then we discuss the results here on the podcast. And this week's poll question was, who do you spend more time with? And the options were friends, family, alone, and even mix. And before we get to the results, what'd you vote on here?
Alone. But
Really?
yeah,
You spend more time alone, even though you're
I feel like I'm alone.
you're in the
most of-
streets. Like,
Yeah, but I'm only in the streets for 3 hours of the day.
that's hilarious. All right, fair enough.
And then I got to drive 1 hour this way, 1 hour that way. Then I'm at home. Then I'm editing. Da, 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 da.
Do you feel good about your time alone? Like, do you like spending time alone, or is that a negative thing to you?
Not negative. But I also want to say I'm not alone because I've got a lot with me.
I like that you laughed. You made it all serious, and then you're like, yeah, I think even mix for me. I'm around my family too much. I'm around comedians and friends too much.
Okay, because like I'm at home and my family's at home, but
Are you spending time with them though?
no,
No, yeah. So when
I'm
I'm
just there.
yeah, my family doesn't live with me anymore. So when I'm around them, I'm spending time with them.
Yeah,
And I see them quite frequently, thankfully. I see friends and family all the time. I see comics all the time. And then I'm also alone. Like, I would say as evenly as I see other people. But that's usually like my downtime when I either take a day off and I don't talk or see or go do shows or anything and just rebalance, or like decompression time after shows
Yeah.
and stuff. You come home, spend a few hours.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm usually with people.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, most of my time is around people. We're not counting sleep
Why not?
because you're not spending time with yourself.
Yeah, but some people sleep next to somebody.
Then you're not alone.
That's my point. So why would you not count it?
Tauchi Liga. Well, then wouldn't we all say we're alone the most?
That's why I said I'm alone most of the time.
I don't think that's then we're not even counting sleeping together as time spent.
Why not?
Nah, because then
You
that-
have to count that. Sleeping next to somebody, even though you're both unconscious, does something for you.
yes, 100% it does.
So therefore, you have to count it.
But are you spending time with that person? No, you're sleeping with that person.
But they're right next to you.
But you're sleeping
for
with-
8 hours.
Yeah, but you're not really doing anything.
They're
spending
there.
okay, spending
You're not
time
alone.
spending time in the context of this poll question is doing activities. Are you going?
Sleeping is an activity.
Shut up, bro.
What?
You keep what?
Am I wrong?
It's literal
You
ass.
disappear when you sleep? What happens?
Oh, you pissed me. Maybe.
I don't know.
Prove to me you don't.
Prove to me that you do.
I mean, no, don't be around when I'm sleeping. Don't be. I did DMT once, and I swear to God, I wasn't there. So I don't know. I fell back asleep like this, and I swear to you, I was gone. So you tell me. I don't know.
There was other people while I was on DMT. There's 3 other people.
There were entities.
One of them was Allah. And the other 2, I don't have a name for them yet. I call them Hootie and Hanu, but that's just me.
Enoch.
Yes. They're both Enoch.
Enoch, though.
Yeah. Anyways, that's why I choose alone, because technically, if I were to count up all the hours, is there someone around me? Most of the time, no.
I just say because most of my days are spent around people, then even the time I'm spent sleeping alone would still make it an even mix.
Yeah, but you got to factor in, okay, so you sleep, then you wake up, then you drive to somewhere, da-da-da-da-da. All that's still alone time.
Yeah.
And then what, you spend 5 hours with people?
Sleeping is only 6 to 7.5, 8 hours.
Okay. But then, so you go hang out with people.
For literally most of the day.
How
I'm
long?
around
How many
people.
hours?
Well, if you're working, that's 8 hours right there.
I forgot. Yeah, you work.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay,
well, I don't
fair.
work, but the people do work.
You don't work?
No, man. I'm doing pure comedy, bro. That's why I'm
Okay.
struggling and freaking
Okay.
losing my mind every goddamn week.
Yeah, that's why I'm alone all the
What
time.
what the hell? Yeah, no, I'm going with even mix.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So once again, this week's poll question: who do you spend more time with? And the options were friends, family, alone, and even mix. The results were
I feel like God should be an option, though. I do spend a lot of time with God.
interesting.
I'd say I spend 100% of the day with God. Let's be
Alright.
real.
So then,
Whoa, whoa,
Who's
whoa,
God?
whoa, 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 whoa. That's why I spend 100% of the day with him.
what? I said, who's God? And you said, that's why I spend my day with him?
Yeah. I spend my day with
Just
myself.
remember the greatest trick ever pulled. Anyways. So yeah, the results are 17% and 17% both for friends and family. 39% said alone and 28% on even mix. I'm not really surprised by any of these results, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was a varied one. This was just more interesting to see. Alone being the predominant one, though, kind of speaks to the times we live in.
Mm.
Because like they are saying that these are the alone times. Like
Yeah.
people have never been more alone, less relationships, less like. I mean, the more we go into technology, the less people seem to be able to talk to each other in person.
Yep.
That's also not fun for me. Like again, that's another reason I don't want to contribute to that.
Yep.
Just to help people scroll along and not actually talk to anybody. Like,
Look, I enjoy the time I do when I'm with people.
yeah.
But most of the time,
But most of the time. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this week. Hope you guys enjoy UFC. Sorry we didn't get to talk about it this time. Still gave you an hour on the podcast, but we really got to run. So any final words for you?
nope.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me online at Dante, CHEZDANTE. Follow your boy.
Hey, and I'm AKA Black Zeus on all the platforms, but you know how I feel about them. Don't care, but I love you. This is the place to be, though. So if you do care about wanting to see more of us, please subscribe to the YouTube. It does help us. And if you do, like, you know, I still post on Instagram, AKA Black Zeus is the place for that. But we will see you right here next week for another episode of Black Zeus the Podcast. This has been Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 5, Episode 39. Peace, peace.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10 and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So like if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.